Hello, this is Mr. Allen at Paramarian High School. I am your son or daughter's geometry teacher this fall, and I wanted to make a little video to show you kind of what they should be doing in Canvas, which is our LMS, which is a fancy way of saying Learning Management System. So this is where students will find all of the resources that they need for all of their classes. So when you're at the Perry Township website, which is perryschools.org, they're going to click this link up here, which is Canvas. So I'm going to click that link. It's going to say access denied because I'm already logged in here, okay? But that's what you would do or your son or daughter would do. So here I am in my Canvas page already. This is the geometry page. It has my name and it has my email and my phone number. It says geometry. So the two things I want to discuss, mainly I'm going to talk about modules, but first thing I want to mention to you is syllabus. So a syllabus is just, typically it was a document that in the past we would have printed out and handed to students, but now you can see it right here in Canvas. I'm not going to go over all of this with you, but if you're interested in what topics we plan to cover, how am I going to handle student behaviors, how are grades going to be calculated, how could students get extra help, all of that information can be found here on the syllabus page. So the syllabus page is pretty handy. You may have already looked at that, hopefully, and I went over all of that with your son or daughter. Most of the time that your child will spend in Canvas, though, will be in this modules page. So in this, I've got modules for each week, but before we even get to that, you'll see up here I have class videos. So class videos, actually it looks like I may have forgotten to post this week's, but so I took a video of part of the class that we did on August 6th. I have another video here from August 13th. What I'm trying to do is, while I'm teaching class, I literally try to turn my computer on me and try to record what I'm doing. It looks like I didn't get that this week. So anyways, that's mainly there for students if they're not in person, if they want to see what's going on in class. This next module, this next piece right here is something that I'm a little concerned about with some of the students, and that is how do they access their textbook online and MathXL, which MathXL is how they'll do their homework, and then the textbook is if they want to look at the textbook. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you very quickly how to get to the textbook, or how your son or daughter would do that. I've already got it pulled up, and I can't do it like they can because I'm a teacher. But basically what they need to do, and this is all in the Canvas page, and in fact, let me show you that first. If you go log in information, how to access the geometry textbook, I'll click on this, and it should pull up a YouTube video on how they can do that. In fact, maybe that's just the best thing I should do, is just say, if your son or daughter needs to see how to do that, have them watch that video. I've already posted that video there. Once they get to their textbook online, it will look like this. On the far right corner here, there is a table of contents, and I went ahead and turned to section 1.4, measuring angles, because that's one of the things that they should be doing this week. And at the bottom, there's buttons for them to go backwards and forwards, and they can look at stuff. They can even hit these buttons, and it will talk to them and explain stuff to them. They can hit this button. So this is a very nice resource. This is more dynamic than a traditional textbook. So that's how they get to the textbook. Again, that information is for them right here. We went through this in class. MathXL is how students will get to their homework. Again, I've got that information here and a video included there. We did this in class as well. So if you look right here, let's see here, where did I do the MathXL? Yep, here it is. Oh, I know it's in a separate window. Sorry about that. It opened up in a separate window. Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry. So this is what their homework would look like. So here's problem one. It looks like we've got an angle here, and then they've got to select all that apply for this particular problem. I'll just pick one of these and I'll hit check the answer. And of course, it's telling me I'm incorrect, but it not only tells me I'm incorrect, it's telling me why I'm incorrect. So then they would do that problem and go on to the next ones. I'm not going to go through all the homework. I just want to show you that's what their homework is going to look like. Okay. So again, this has all been explained in class, and there are videos for this posted on Canvas. So I'm mentioning that because I have a couple of students in class that did not do the homework last week, which I'll get to in just a second. But if they're not getting it done and they're telling you they don't know how to get to it, we went over it in class. And if you are a remote learner, I've posted videos on how you get access to that. And I've actually sent all students an email today if they didn't do their homework last week, letting them know, hey, if you're having trouble, reach out to me and let me know what I can do. Okay, so last week was week 1. This is what they were supposed to do. I'm going to go ahead and skip that. Now, week 2 this week, they are supposed to watch this video on measuring angles. I'm not going to show you the video, but if you click on the link, it will be a video of me explaining things. If the student clicks the next link underneath that, this is a file. It's a PDF of a PowerPoint that I did. It tells you the name of the section, the objectives, and it's got pictures of all the things that I did in the lesson. So if your son or daughter wants that, they can have it, no problem. It's already right there on Canvas. You can download it, you could print it, or not. And then in addition to having the video I created and the notes, I have 2 additional videos on that section. One's on angle addition postulate, one's on classifying the angles. In addition to looking at angle measures, they need to look at exploring angle pairs. I've got another video, the notes for it, and an extra video for that. So those are all the things they should be doing during the week to get ready for class. Remember, we're doing a flipped model. Then below that is homework. So this is that mathexcelforschool.com that I mentioned. So when they go in there, they click here and they log in and they do those problems like I just showed you a second ago. I'm not going to go back into that. But that's how they do their homework, and that's what I'm going to hold them accountable for in terms of a grade for this week. Below that, I've included some extra problems. I'm going to click this link. So let's say that the work I've given them isn't enough, or they want extra because they just feel like they're not getting it. What I've done here is I've included extra problems. So for example, I have problem number 13 here on measuring angles. So if I go back to the textbook, if I keep going forward, let's get to the actual problems themselves. Sorry, those are the preliminary. So here's problem, I think I said 14. So here's problem 14. It says use the diagram to find. So they would do that. That's an extra problem for them to do, and that's that. So they don't have to do those extra problems, but maybe they want to do some extra problems to get some extra help. And obviously they could do more than the ones I've listed. And then finally, there's a PDF file here of a review for the quiz. So they may want to look at this. And I'm not going to go through all of this now, but next week, they're going to have their first quiz, which will, if you look down at next week's module for August 24th, you'll notice that it doesn't look quite the same. It's kind of grayed out. It's not available yet, but next week we'll have our first quiz. So anyways, that's Canvas. That gives you kind of an idea of how students should be finding things and doing things in this class. I hope that's helpful. And I would encourage you, if you feel like your son or daughter doesn't know kind of what's going on or has questions, to maybe watch this video that I just created, and maybe it will help them feel like they got a better understanding of how they're supposed to be proceeding through things. One final note. You as a parent can log in to the township webpage and look at grades, which I'm sure you're already aware of that. You should check to make sure that your son or daughter is getting their homework done. If there's a 0 in for a homework grade, it's probably because they did not do it. And I sent email out to each of those students today. So that's a little reminder for me that, hey, you're not getting your homework done. So anyways, hope you found this video helpful. Have a great day.